What is good, everybody? I hope you had a good weekend. I'm very excited. The latest MCC development update is a doozy. It lays down the line. Not only are we getting custom Halo 3 skins, new original content in H3, we're getting ODST flighting, crossplay by the end of the year, input-based matchmaking by the end of the year, custom games browser by the end of the year, ODST weapons in Halo 3, bro. This is some hype stuff. So let's dive in. I've got the update pulled up. It'll be linked in the description below. You guys really should check these things out, man. I take notes because it would take a long time to get through, but so much to talk about, right? Let's talk about the features planned for release in 2020, okay? I want to take a moment here to highlight, we've heard about these before, but this is something they have said they are committed to for 2020. Crossplay, input-based matchmaking, server region selection, the custom game browser, per game graphics options, per game audio options, mouse and keyboard support for Xbox, PC file share, double keybinds for all games, view model adjustments for all games, in-game FPS cap and adjustments, and Steam account linking. What? Crossplay for MCC by the end of this year, you guys. The custom game browser, being able to move that view model around. Holy moly, it's happening. You guys, this is just snowballing. I'm getting very excited. Halo 3 PC has been my jam for the last 3 weeks. So why don't we roll back to the top? I took some notes about what I thought was really cool. ODST flighting later this month. So later in August, it looks like they're going to be flighting ODST, including Firefight, which they have updated with better netcode running on dedicated servers, and it's going to be matchmakeable. Super hype. If you are not signed up for the Halo Insider program, you guys, links in the description. You want to sign up for this so you can test these things out before they go live and give them some feedback. A really cool note here in the update is actually talking about the audio in Halo 3, and I had no idea about this. You really should read this section if you're a bit of an audio nut. If any of you are old school BBK subscribers, you remember that I used to produce music, electronic stuff, and so this got me really excited. Halo 3 actually ran VSTs, like sound plugins, in the engine as the game was going. That's insanity to me. So VSTs are basically like plugins that you can work with in any DAW. It's an audio workstation, right? And it lets you change all sorts of things. There's plugins for EQ, compressors, dynamic processing, limiters, all that jazz. But I never thought you would be running these while the game is going, right? I always thought, well, just bounce the sound out, right? Run it through its processing and then export a WAV file, toss it in the game files. But no joke, Halo 3 actually had a suite of custom plugins that was running in engine, and that's beyond me. And so 343 and Microsoft approached this outside studio about trying to actually get these VSTs working in Halo 3, which is the craziest and coolest thing ever. They actually have some screenshots of them. So anyway, it's worth checking out. I thought that was wild and a pretty cool little side note here. Next up, Halo 3 hit registration. So they know it's not in parity with the original, and they've talked about working towards improving it. This section is a must read if you are at all a Halo nerd. One of the engineers at 343 put together an 18-minute long video showing how projectiles behave at 30 hertz versus 60 hertz, and talking about how it's more than just a networking thing. Plus, you get to see like dev console Halo 3 stuff in slow motion, where every single ticket showing the projectile. It is really cool, and I don't understand it all. And it does sound like with the next ODST flight, we are getting a patch that's going to be trying to test out some of this improved Halo 3 netcode, or hit detection, whatever you want to call it. I think it's really cool. It's still above my head. I'm not a designer. I'm just a guy who likes to play the game. I appreciate this insight, and it's cool that they're stepping towards some solutions or betterments. It hasn't been that much of a hindrance for me playing Halo 3 PC. I've never really felt like, got it, can't play this game. But I know for many folks, it is an issue, especially on the competitive side of things. I'm not saying it's not important. It totally is important. I don't understand it enough to offer a detailed commentary here. So check out the video and read this section. Next up, Season 3 includes new customization for Halo 3, and the next season of progression will start with the release of ODST. Now, if we're flying ODST in August, maybe that means a September launch for this next season. And we get one little picture of the ODST pistol here, and look on the back, we have some new customization for Halo 3. Weapon skins, baby. This gets me extremely excited. As cool as the CE season is, man, Halo 3 is the game I'm playing, so I cannot wait to see custom skins in Halo 3. I'm freaking excited if you can't tell, man. Next, I'm going to be quoting technical designer Dana Jerpak here about ODST and the upgrades it's receiving. He says, players are going to be able to look forward to ODST's Firefight, which will include all of the legacy content, meaning all 10 maps, all of the classic settings, variations, and then some. We've also conducted several upgrades across the board. For the first time, we have upgraded the networking to an asynchronous networking and dedicated server model like what we have in Halo Reach's Firefight. This represents a serious improvement over the networking model which is used in co-op campaign gameplay. The next big upgrade is matchmaking for Firefight. This will be comparable to what we have for Halo Reach. Players can expect to see a survival-themed option and an arcade-themed option to support the newly introduced game variants for ODST's Firefight. This is also something entirely new and will be introducing a lot of new game options that players may be familiar with from games across the collection. Players can look forward to the new options like customizing your starting weapons, movement speed, player gravity, time limit, set limit, number of lives, damage output, and more. They are not quite as advanced as Halo Reach's Firefight options, as far as customizing the contents of waves or enemy variety within a wave, but this will provide a substantial amount of customization of your experience like never before. This is so incredibly exciting. First of all, the fact that they were able to bring in the dedicated server model for this co-op mode is huge. Maybe that does mean there's a chance someday for campaign to get some of those upgrades too. I don't know, but this is original stuff, you guys. This is pushing ODST Firefight forward in a way we haven't seen before. And I know maybe it's not something you're super hyped about, but for me, this is what I've always hoped MCC could be. Not only does it preserve, but it pushes forward. We're gonna get to try out brand new things that we've never played before. Granted, they're variations of existing stuff, but it's still really cool. We've got a few screenshots here of like the ODST weapons in Halo 3, the SMG and the pistol. So wrapping up the video, the huge hitters, right? Obviously cool stuff coming. ODST is exciting. These changes are really cool. The details provided for the hit registration stuff, but the biggest ones for me, the fact that they have committed to crossplay, input-based matchmaking, server region selection, custom game browser, the per game graphics options and audio options, mouse and keyboard support for Xbox, PC file share, double keybinds, view model adjustments, and in-game FPS cap adjustments, plus the Steam account linking. All of those things they've committed to by the end of 2020. That's wild. Crossplay is huge, and it feels like we are at the end of this giant project where for so long there's been so many small things that are finally adding up, and it's this package it's cool, man. Definitely, it's been a long 6 years. I remember when this game came out. I guess it's not 6 years till November, right? Yeah, but wild, dude. I'm super stoked. And if you've not been playing Halo 3 on PC, check out my latest video talking about how you can have more fun with MCC this year. And it's just a good time, man, to be playing. What are you most excited about in this update? Let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate you guys so much. Subscribe to the channel. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.